like to preface what I'm about to say by saying that I consider everything I ever say to be work in progress. So please take it as such. It's not ultimate truth or absolute truth. I'm constantly working on improving not only the information that I'm about to share with you, but the application of it too. So please don't take anything I say as gospel. Go ahead and apply it as an experiment for yourself in your life and see what kind of results it brings you. Since I'm speaking to a TED audience, and I consider myself a member of the TED audience, there are some things I'm going to infer about us, if that's all right. We're nonconformists. Any nonconformists here? We like doing things our own way. We like the idea that real miracles can happen, and we like to participate in making them happen. And I like that about us. As Seth Godin said in a previous TED Talk, we like to change everything. Basically, we want to change the world for the better. You might even say we're compelled to save the world. I use the term saving the world a little tongue-in-cheek, so take that for what it's worth. But ideally, we would even like to have some fun while we're saving the world. So what's preventing us from doing it? We need to define, number one, we need to define what saving the world actually even means. Number two, when we find a way to save the world, we need to be in alignment with our individuality. We need that way to be in alignment with who we are as a human being. And remember, as members of the TED audience, we're nonconformists and we like doing things our own way. So it has to be in alignment with who we are as unique individuals. We need it to fit into our everyday lives. It can't be too terribly inconvenient. That's the third one. So let's get started. Let's define what it means to save the world. I propose that saving the world means one single, simple thing: getting human needs met. When we're saving the world, we're helping people to get their fundamental, universal human needs met. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs is an excellent model for identifying these needs. It's taught in pretty much every Psychology 101 course in the United States and probably beyond. Imagine I have a pyramid here, and Maslow said there's a hierarchy to how we prioritize our needs. And at the bottom of the pyramid, we have physiological needs. So I'm going to call them body needs, just for simplicity's sake. If those are unmet, we're in physical discomfort, and we'll do anything we can to get out of it. Sometimes even crazy things that don't work. Next level up on the hierarchy, on the pyramid, is safety and soundness needs. Once our body needs are met, we float up to the next level, which is where safety and soundness needs are met. And I'm going to call these money needs. Because in the modern world, we're not worried about being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. We're worried about how we're going to have enough money. When we don't feel financially safe, we'll do anything we can to get that need met. Sometimes even crazy things that don't work. And then once you feel safe enough, you'll float up to the next level, which Maslow called love and belongingness needs. And I'm going to call this relationship needs. You need to have your family, your tribe, your community, people who have your back and you have theirs. You share common values. When we don't feel like people are on our side, like we're lacking love, approval, or appreciation from people, this need is unmet, and we'll do anything to get it met. Sometimes even crazy things that don't work. So those first three layers of needs are what I call Maslow's basement, and these are the deficiency needs. Those are the ones that when they're not met, we're going to kick and scream until they do get met. But what we really need isn't more kicking and screaming. We need better solutions for actually getting the needs met in the first place. So, and then once we do have those bottom three needs met, we float up into the top level, which is, well, first of all, we might just kind of enjoy a big sigh of relief because we're living the good life. Body, money, relationships, all good. All the needs met. Feels pretty nice. And then when we float above the deficiency needs, we go up into the two abundance needs. And the first one is self-esteem needs. And I'm going to challenge your concept of what self-esteem actually means. I propose that self-esteem is not, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. That's an attempt to get your relationship needs met. That's your need for approval. Self-esteem isn't about other people's approval. Here's my definition of self-esteem. Self-esteem is what happens when you challenge yourself and you rise to the challenge. Self-esteem is what happens when you challenge yourself and you rise to the challenge. So once the deficiency needs are met, we've lived the good life for a little while, we look around and we see some metaphorical mountaintop and we go, I'll bet I could climb that. And then we throw it out there that we're actually going to do this. We make it inevitable. It's a challenge, of course. Otherwise, why would it be worth doing? So you're climbing toward that mountaintop, your self-esteem needs are being met, which floats you up to the highest part of the hierarchy, which Maslow called self-actualization needs. Self-actualization, by my definition, is very simply you in the process of becoming your best self. And when you train for climbing that mountaintop and you've gotten all your gear and your tools together and you've assembled the team and the experts and the Sherpas, you had to become a better you in the process of that. So that's what self-actualization is. Okay, so we've defined what saving the world is. It's getting those basic needs met on Maslow's hierarchy. A saved world would basically be one where everyone is getting their basic needs met, their deficiency needs automatically met easily so they can challenge themselves and rise to the challenge and become their best self in the process. Now let's tackle the next problem, which is doing it in alignment. So to solve this problem of alignment, I propose that we need a selfish way to save the world. There are a lot of selfless ways to save the world, but they have a hard time. They have a hard time getting funding. They have a hard time getting votes. They have a hard time getting their messages out. The selfless ways require us to give up our individuality to some extent. In some way, we're joining someone else's cause, maybe. We have to take time out of our lives, and it's a separate thing in our lives. And we're looking for a way, since we're looking for a way that honors our individuality, we're going to need to give ourselves permission to be a little selfish. So Thomas Leonard, who I consider to be the founder of the life coaching industry, in his book, 28 Laws of Attraction, he draws this distinction between being selfish and being needy. Selfish means that you care enough about yourself to get your needs met. Selfishness is a choice. Needy means that your unmet and unknown needs drive and motivate you. There's no choice. If you're being needy, you're probably not being selfish enough. When you become selfish enough, you handle your needs. So how can we save the world while we're handling our own needs? So Bonfu Some is a woman from a tribe in West Africa called the Dagara tribe. And she's taken on the task of teaching the customs of her tribe to the world. And here's what she says. In the Dagara village that I grew up in, we believe that each child that comes into this world comes with a particular gift, a gift that nobody else has. And so, who are you? And what is your gift for the world? Just take a moment and think about why you were born into the world at this time. Because you were not born as a tourist. You did not come to this world because you were supposed to be wandering. You came here because you brought goodies to give to the world. Take a moment and think about it and invite your gift out of you, because I know that you have come here with something that the world needs. Wow. Now that's a selfish way to save the world. To bring your greatest gift into the world, the one that only you can give, to be so bold as to impose your gift on us. Not only does it feel amazing to you, but it serves all of humanity. So this is how to make it individual. We need to be selfish, to care enough about ourselves to get our needs met. And we need to be expressing our greatest gift to the world, our goodies. We've got to get the goodies out. And the third one, we still have one more problem to solve. We need it to fit into our everyday lives. So I'm going to tell you about the wisdom of flight attendants. You know how when you get on an airplane and they're going through the safety procedures, they always say if the oxygen mask drops down, make sure you put your own mask on first before you help anyone else put their mask on? The reason why they do that is if you try to help someone else and you pass out in the process, now 2 people need help. Now you're a drain on resources. You're not available to help anyone. Someone needs to help you. Maslow's hierarchy kind of gives us that framework to think of this in. If your needs are not met, you need help. You're the one who needs help. You're not available to help anyone else. So as we shift from deficiency into abundance, as long as we have unmet deficiency needs, we give ourselves the gift of selfishness, ideally, give ourselves the gift of selfishness by caring enough about ourselves to just take care of those things, putting our own oxygen mask on. We act as the student or the apprentice until we figure out how to have healthy bodies, healthy financial lives, healthy relationships. We act as the student, and when we're living the good life, we move into the abundance needs, and we challenge ourselves and rise to the challenge. And the rising to the challenge part is where we help other people to put their oxygen masks on. When you challenge yourself to help other people get their needs met. This is what TED is all about. Finding systemic ways for human needs to get met. The first domino that knocks over all the other dominoes. This is what coaches and teachers and mentors do. Finding systemic ways for individuals to get their needs met. So Maslow's hierarchy is one framework to think of this in, the wisdom of flight attendants. And in the course of pondering how to save the world in a way that appeals to our selfish interests, I stumbled upon an impressive piece of research that gives us another framework. It's from a man named Dr. Clare Graves, who was actually friends with Maslow. They knew each other. He did a 30-year research study and developed a framework that I'll refer to as the Graves model. He had a much longer name for it. Where Maslow's hierarchy of needs is moment to moment, the Graves model is over the course of your lifetime and also over the course of human history. And I ended up realizing something about the Graves model that I've never heard anyone else mention. It completely correlates to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The main difference is that it identifies the times in our lives when we developed the skills to get the needs met pretty consistently. And it also identifies the times in the history of our human cultures when we developed the skills to get those needs met pretty consistently as a culture. And the order it goes in is the wisdom of flight attendants. First, you get the need met for yourself, then the individual. Then, first yourself, the individual, and then for the group, for all your people. So every 2 levels on the Graves model corresponds with 1 level on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First, the need getting met for the individual, putting your oxygen mask on, and then getting the need met for the group, helping other people put their oxygen mask on. So the first level of the Graves model, I'm going to refer to them as worlds because they correlate with complete shifts in worldview. World 1 is where humans learn to get their individual physiological needs met. Individual, physiological, my physiological needs. Basically Stone Age mankind. World 2 is where we learn to get our group physiological needs met by forming tribes and having division of labor. World 3 is where we learn to get our individual safety needs met, so my safety needs, by being strong and forceful. This is the warlord. This is the Vikings, Attila the Hun, Genghis Khan, and the rebellious teenager living in your house. World 4 is what I call the civilization level. This is where we learn to get our safety needs met as a group by creating and obeying laws, governments, institutions. World 5 is where we get our individual relationship needs met by being a high-status achiever. This is the Industrial Revolution. If I'm the highest status achiever in the room, my relationship needs are getting met. World 6 is where we get our group relationship needs met by forming a global village. This is the stage of humanity that we're entering into right now in the Western world with the advent of the internet. And it's spreading very quickly to the rest of the world. So over the course of the development of our lives as individuals and as human cultures, we go in a very specific order. And it's the order I'm going to recommend for you now because it's the only order that has ever worked in all of human history. Body, First, take care of your body. Make sure you have what you need to survive and thrive. In fact, pamper yourself a little bit. Eat real food, not the stuff you can't pronounce. Give your body the exercise and the rest it needs. I've been doing this and I've lost almost 100 pounds and counting. Breathe more deeply. Give yourself time to just breathe. It's very good for the part of your mind that operates like a reptile, just constantly scanning for threats. Money. Take good care of your finances. Manage them in a way that supports you in feeling safe. If you're going to change the world, you need a lifestyle that supports you in doing that. Be selfish and create that lifestyle for yourself. It may sound materialistic, but it's not about using anyone else's measuring stick. What do you need to feel safe and abundant around money so that you're free to give your greatest gift to the world? What kind of a platform do you need your mission to be launched on? And then challenge yourself and rise to the challenge. It can't be someone else's challenge to you. That would meet a love and belongingness need, your need for approval from them. It has to be your challenge to yourself. A saved world is where everyone is getting their own oxygen mask on and making sure other people get theirs on. Growing, then contributing. And in the process, you had to give your greatest gift to the world. Your goodies that Sobon Fusome was talking about. This is self-actualization. It feels amazing, even if you are being completely selfish, because it's the reason you are here on the planet, and it's the only way you can ever feel fulfilled, by fulfilling your mission. And I'll leave you with this litmus test. If your life isn't exhilarating, you're probably doing something wrong. So get your fundamental needs met, give your greatest gift, and then receive the gift of a life well lived. And let the whole world receive the gift of your life well lived. Thank you for listening.